Yo, what's up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. My name is Jordan, for those of you who do not know, and today I'm just going to be doing some sketches. This is for a personal project of mine. This is a project called Shadowboxers that I created, and I'm just going to be doing some characters from it. So, yeah, yeah. Um, let's see. And so, sorry if you hear some background noise. I have the fans on, and it is currently 93 degrees inside of the house that I'm in. So hopefully you don't hear it. But yeah, it's really hot here. I'm gonna try not to sweat or uh, mess up my drawings too much. So I started this sketch out first, and I guess I should probably show you all what I'm working on. Hey, what's up, Neil? How you doing, buddy? Hope everything's good out there for you. We're doing a Shadowboxer sketching day, so I'll be answering some questions within reason. I'm not going to give away the whole plot or anything like that. But if you guys have questions about Shadowboxers or want to see more of my project or what I'm doing, then this is a good time for that. This is one of my main characters, Atana. I will show you what she looks like in just a second. Let me pull up my character pages. So this is her. This is the character I'll be working on today. She is one of the main characters of the project. Probably the second most important character next to the primary. But she's actually very complex to draw for a couple of reasons. I think I probably added few too many details on there uh, for her design. I might adjust them later, but I really like this basic look. I really love this these bands or these straps I gave her on her forearms here. She's supposed to be this sort of elegant inventor engineer. So I wanted to find a way to balance the feminine side of her with the side that's not afraid to get down and dirty and greasy under machines and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. So I'll be having that to the side, and I'm just going to be sketching some stuff. So feel free to hit me with your questions. Let's see. I'm seeing hello from Squishy and Crosby. Hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream again. Um, I said it earlier, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe no one was on the stream when I mentioned it. But it is 93 degrees inside my house right now. LA is going through this massive heat wave. Earlier today it was like 105, but right now it's cooled down to a nice, easy breezy 93. And the last I checked the thermostat, I think it's warmer in the house than it is outside. So it's like 95 degrees in this house right now. It is ridiculous. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. What are you all dealing with? Odie says, "Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?" Naeem, yo, what's up, man? You got the dopest character designs. I appreciate that. Naeem, we go way back. We met at a Avatar book signing in 2012. Is it 2013, 2012, somewhere around there. Also, really great artist. Naeem, put your Instagram in the chat so people can follow you because you guys deserve to see his work. He's really dope. Um, Crosby says 93 inside. Yes, it is 93 inside. It is awful. I love the black and gold look. I'm glad you like it. You know, actually, part of it was inspired by ancient Egypt, and I wanted to find a way to sort of modernize that look. And because I have these bright, glowing colors, let me see. Can I pull this design from it just so I can have it easier? So what I did was I tried to create a very brightly colored group of characters. And the best way to show glow is what I realized is by having a contrast of being surrounded by darker colors. So if I were to plug this in here, like the yellow really stands out against the darker colors. Now the only thing about it is that you can't have that many bright colors on her. That's the one thing that you can't really do successfully, unfortunately. So a lot of the rest of her outfit is kind of desaturated, blander colors. But yeah, that's just kind of the price you got to pay for it. So, oh, wrong color. So yeah, I'm just gonna draw in her hair. She's got locks, which is actually pretty challenging, depending on the angle I'm drawing them at. Let's see what we got here. Inkpen TV. All right, you guys follow Inkpen TV. Really cool dude. He's an animator, character designer. If I remember correctly, last time we spoke, you were working on a project for the NBA. So yeah, really dope stuff this guy's got here. Mars says, "Hi, I sprained my right foot again." Are you serious? Again? It's been a week. How is that even possible? I'm walking accent. My mom said I need to be in a bubble. Yes, I believe it too. Sketching and working on my comic. I got foot elevated. Jeez, I'm sorry that you hurt your foot again. That is terrible, and I'm really, really sorry. My comic foot got elevated. I'm not sure what that means. Her outfit color scheme is gorgeous. Thank you. I'm really glad you all like it. It took actually this character out of all the ones that I have was probably one of the most difficult to design. I'll show you guys a couple of samples of what she used to look like. If you want, just let me know in the chat. Type the number 1 in the chat if that's what you want to see. Just like some old drawings of her. I showed a little bit on the last stream I did for those of you who were here, but I know not everyone was present for that, which is totally okay. And I don't expect every person who's on the stream now, whether you're watching now or the replay, to have seen all my videos. So yeah. So right now what I'm doing, I'm trying to focus on the overall shape of her hair, and then I'll be able to add the individual locks. That's one thing that I think is really helpful. When you have a lot of small details like that, it's better to think of it as one consistent shape. So some things are not going to pan out as well as the others. So I might have to thin it out here and then push it back out like this. I actually based a lot of the design off of Tarzan when he was a kid, the Disney movie, because I think it's pretty close to what I'm going for. They found a way to make it look believable, but also simple enough to animate and draw. Now, obviously, Disney has a much larger budget than most other animated productions, especially, as they were ending the Renaissance phase. But for 2D animation, what they did with that movie is just incredible. By the way, I was on TikTok earlier, and someone was trying to compare the soundtracks between Prince of Egypt and Tarzan. And I'm really curious to know, for those of you who've seen the movies, what your go-to soundtrack is. So yeah, I'm curious. Hope your foot gets better soon. Crosby says 1. Odie says 1. 1 says, I saw it last stream, but I would love to see her again. Okay, so we got a pretty good consensus here. And then last week I injured self roughhousing with twin, hurt my neck last week. My family said I need to chill, can't help being hyper, ADHD, but they may be right because I have a lot of accidents when I'm not drinking coffee to control ADHD. Yeah, please be careful. I don't want to, next time you come on the stream, I don't want to hear you get into any other accents, okay? I really, really don't want to hear that. That's just sad. But based on what you guys said, you guys want to see some old drawings. So let's see. Let's start with this. So this was a ton of back before. Let's see. Let's start with this one. So Atana, she is this aristocratic genius inventor, but she's got a fighter spirit. So I wanted to find a way to combine the feminine aspect of her and being aristocratic and having access to all these really nice things, and because she is capable of having the life of the frilly dresses and all the the princessy type stuff, but that's not really what she's about. So I had to find a way to combine that, her interest in engineering, and also just obviously the Afrofuturistic aesthetic that I was going for with this project. So these are some sketches that I did early on. I really like the boots. Originally, that was one of the first things I thought of. I was like, she needs to have some worker boots and she needs to have goggles. Those were, I think, the two biggest things that I really wanted her to have in her design. Everything else was a little tricky. So I was trying to think of maybe she needs something like overalls. So I thought about that. Maybe she has a couple straps on her. Maybe she has something that's a little bit more from a warmer climate. So maybe she's got no sleeves on. And like I said before, her location is based off of ancient Egypt in a lot of ways, except push to the future and then add a couple more spins on it. One day I'll make some concept art of that. Maybe I'll live stream myself doing that. But yeah, so I was thinking of all these things. I was thinking about maybe she needs to protect her hair and get a head covering or something like that. Maybe she has part of her head shaved on the side. All these different things. And I really liked this 10th design right here that I did. There's something about the shoulders being absent and kind of the loose sleeves on the arms that I really like. But I decided not to go with it because realistically, for her design, it needs to be more practical than aesthetic in a sense. Like I was trying to think what would look good that would also make sense for her. She's crawling underneath a machine. Last thing she needs is for her sleeve to get caught in something and just just start having some really terrible results. So I had to think through all of that. This is actually an old design of Javen, my main character, who I'm sure you guys might have seen on my previous stream or on my my Instagram, all that stuff. And then this is what I decided she was going to turn into. This was, I think, in the spring of 2019 when I did this drawing. So obviously 3 years later, she's changed quite a bit. But you can see, like, I kept some of the same things. I kept the coverings for her forearms because, if she's working with sharp objects, she doesn't want to get cut there, right? And I kept the locks. Kept the goggles that she made. She has a pouch in her here and in her final design, but I hid it underneath her cloak, and then I gave her boots. So you could see there's still a lot of similarities between this one and what I ended up with. But this is part of the process. This is how you start, and as you're developing a character design. 315 Bird says, just got here. What you drawing? Oh, well, welcome to the live stream. We are working on a Shadowboxers character, Atana. So I'm just doing some sketches right now, but I actually want to get to doing an action pose later on. Right now, you're just seeing me kind of loosen up and get ready for the magnum opus of the evening, right? So let's see. So that was what she looked like before. And then did some head sketches of her. Now, these were not meant to look pretty. First of all, and at this time, these are 3-year-old sketches. My drawing sensibilities have changed quite a bit. I would like to think I've improved significantly since I drew this, but these are just trying out different hairstyles. One is wrapped in some sort of bandana. Another one was a ponytail with a couple strands loose. Another one was thinking, does she have the goggles kind of leaning up on her forehead like this? More ponytail stuff. Does the goggles go around her neck? Just trying different things. And I based her hair off of this woman. I guess her name is Ashley Lauren. Really loved her hair here. And actually, when I saw the little jewel, or not jewel, I'm saying I guess it's jewelry, but not a jewel. When I saw this, that's exactly what inspired these little pieces of jewelry on her right here. So just little details to kind of indicate that she's into this kind of stuff. Let's see. Crosby says, ooh. I'm glad I'm getting the right reaction out of you. Let's see. My dad told me for me to be an artist that have no chill. I have a lot of accidents. Last accident free was 2 months ago. So I normally start having accidents before Halloween. So there's a pattern. And then after Halloween, no accident. So between August and Halloween are my accident months. That's pretty sad that it's that consistent, but I guess you can be prepared. So there's that. But let's see. So I looked at these women here. This is actually Lauryn Hill's daughter. And on the left side, I think her name is Selah Marley. And by Marley, I'm talking about like Bob Marley. Bob Marley's her grandfather. But there was something about the look of these women that I just really, really liked and wanted to capture. Let's see. I think these are the same sketches, just on a different sheet. And this was an original sketch of her goggles here. Originally, they were a lot more complex. had to draw. Someone drew these over. I think it was my professor. Um, let's see. And then I landed on this at one point, and this was really really close. I think I got the basics down. This is where I added the cloak and I added this sort of part or this connecting piece at the top that I really liked, and it stuck through to the next round. The thing I didn't like about this was I thought she was way too skinny. I thought that that she needed a couple more pounds on her. As much as I like the kind of tall, thin look, um, it wasn't really looking working for me. So I'm like looking at these arms, and it just wasn't really doing what it needed to do. So I went back to the drawing board again, and then for let's see, yeah. So then for this design, yeah, this went through a lot of changes. Let's see. Then I landed on another set of thumbnails afterwards, doing all these. And finally, this was where it was really starting to come together, where I figured out to give her the sleeves, figured out the pants she was working on, the design. And it actually came together a lot more quickly as I was getting towards this stage. This is where I was thinking this is something that's pretty unique. I haven't seen this type of thing done before. So I was excited about that. Drawing over it, and that's really what it is. Character design is about trial and error most of the time. I don't think a lot of people realize that. No one ever just comes out with a character and just says one and done. A lot of work is considered, and a lot of thought is put into the design of any character, prop, vehicle, environment, whatever. Let's see. Oh, look who's in the house. It is Prof. Lou herself on the exercise bike. Thank you for joining the live stream. Everyone's saying hi from Mars and Squishy. And let's see. Crosby says, I'm glad you went with the more modern, futuristic looking goggles instead of the round ones. The round ones are kind of cliche for engineer types, at least in my opinion. Well, thank you. I'm glad that it worked out. I think a lot of it also just kind of came from an influence of me wanting to do animation specifically. And so when you're doing animation as opposed to a game, there's a lot more things you have to consider, because in games you can be very complex since you have to model everything. But with animation or comics, you got to be very careful about the details and the shapes that you choose, because you have to redraw that over and over and over again. Squishy saying to Art Prof, he had a great stream earlier today. Let's see. Everybody tell Jordan we want to see more of Shadowboxers. Yeah, well, if you want more, just let me know, because I was asking on the last stream if you guys wanted to see it, and everyone said yes, we want to see more of it. So the more you guys say it, the more I'll show. And there's a lot of stuff I want to do for it, and I haven't spoken that much about it in the past because I was worried about whether or not how much I should share. But then I was inspired. A lot of it had to do with Prof. Lou herself, and just saying, just post it, just get people interested. If they want to see it, they'll tell you. Mara says more shadow boxers. Jordan has so much work he needs to show the world. Yeah, I have. I think I have 15 gigabytes worth of stuff. Actually, let's look. Get info. Let's see how much I have in my shadow boxers folder. Will it tell me? Oh no, it's not going to tell me. I'm pretty sure it's about 15 gigabytes though. Oh no, 20 gigs. Look at that. See that right there? 20 gigabytes worth of stuff. Some of it's art, some of it's writing. I bet he does. And then I bet Jordan is showing you like 2% of the work he put into this design. I don't know about 2%. I think I'm showing maybe 40 or 50. That's interesting. I didn't think about that. We need to put peer pressure on Jordan. I like you guys are conspiring against me in the sweetest way possible. So yeah, let me just work on these sketches. So yeah, after that, that's kind of where I landed on this design pretty quickly, and a lot of it just came from trial and error. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to show you all was these. I tried to do some color tests. I didn't. These aren't really meant to look neat or pretty. What I did was I copied the same drawing and I just drew over the colors that I wanted. And I knew that yellow was going to be a main color, so I wanted to have that be a nice accent. And I actually really liked this design in the middle. But the reason I didn't do it is because when I put her in the lineup with everyone else, she became the main character, and that was a problem. And I said, as much as I like this, I can't go with it. So sometimes you'll have to make a decision simply for that reason alone. It's not because you don't like it, it's just because it doesn't work for the story. Now, if the story were about Atana, then oh, I would go for it all day and everything will be just fine. But because of that, gotta make these changes. Um, let's see. The prior stream was the first time I heard about Shadowboxers. It's good to give sneak peeks so people can know about it. Oh well, I'm glad that that you heard about it. So yeah, it's my personal project. For those who don't know, I created it when I was like 14. I saw Avatar: Last Airbender, and I was like, I want a show that I want my own animated show one day. And it took so many different forms over the years. At first, the project was called Typhoon because there was like a typhoon in there, and then it was Ether at one point because something having to do with their powers, and then I landed on Shadowboxers. And there is a story specific reason for it, but I'm not ready to reveal it just yet. I think that if I revealed exactly what Shadowboxers were, then it would actually say a little too much, and I want to save that for when I actually create something that is ready to be looked at. But I will say this: I have something in mind. I mentioned that I want to make a animated show. Now, for those who are unaware, animated production takes a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort, and usually a large team. I have none of those things. I have the effort. I can put in the effort, but I don't have the millions of dollars it takes to make a TV show. And I don't have a team right now, although there are some people who said they'd be willing to help me. So, uh, I might be building a team, slowly but surely, who knows? But one thing I was thinking of doing was creating a web comic for Shadowboxers. And I want to and I have a story that's pretty well put together, but I want to work on it for the next year. I want to get a really tight outline so that I can know exactly where the story is going from beginning to end and just have all the stuff worked out. And I'm also going to be building up concept art in that time. So I'll probably do live streams as I'm working on that because I need to design vehicles, I need to design environments and all that stuff. And so as I build, I'm going to have to create more and more content. And hopefully in a year or so, I think I'll be ready to start working on some pages for it. And in that time, I'll be able to fill you guys in a little by little, just sprinkling in, building up the hype for the project and everything. And who knows? And once it's put out there, whatever platform I decide to do, whether it's a graphic novel or webtoon or something like that, I will totally let you guys know. I'll be announcing it all over and be like, this is it. This is the big introduction to this world I've been developing for 13 years now. Let's see. Now I'm doing dishes. Let's see. Shadowboxers is a huge world. It sure does. Odie, Odie, Odie works in the industry. So man, if you want to put your Instagram or your social media, put it in here, man. I want to give all my peeps a shout out, especially people who are working in the field. I told Jordan today that he has to thank you in his image speech. Yeah, I gotta give you a thank. He'll be one of the first. Did I watch Legend of Korra? If so, what did I think of it? I did watch Legend of Korra when it came out. I actually remember. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. I'll get to the Legend of Korra, but one thing that you guys may not know is the whole reason I started watching Avatar was because of the movie that shall not be named. A lot of you guys don't know that, and the reason why is not because I liked the movie by any means, but because when in 2009, when it was, or 2010, whenever the movie came out, they started airing more episodes of Avatar, and I'd never seen the show. And I was at home by myself in the summertime, and I was bored. And so I started just watching Avatar. I was 14 years old, and I was like, what is this? It was so fascinating. I got addicted immediately. I don't know what the first episode I saw was, but I just fell in love with it. And it might have even been the first couple episodes, actually. I might have started from the very beginning. But if it weren't for the movie coming out, I don't know if I ever would have seen it, to be honest with you. So the movie did something good. Now going back to the question, did I see Legend of Korra and what I think of it. I personally love The Legend of Korra. I have all the art books in my shelf right now, but I don't think it's as solid as Avatar. I think there's a couple of reasons for that. One, and this is my opinion, I was not in the studio working with the creators on this, but with Avatar, they went in knowing exactly what their story was going to be. They knew it was going to be 3 seasons, and they knew who most of the characters were going to be. They knew about Toph. They knew about the comet, or Sozin's comet. They knew about the invasion, all this stuff. And with Korra, they didn't really have that. Nickelodeon basically just came to them and said, "We want you to make more Avatar." And originally, it was going to be just the first season, and then before the first season even aired, they greenlit the show for like another 40 episodes or something. And so I think it caused them to have a lot of back and forth about the writing process, and I think it prevented them from having the same cohesive storyline that we would have expected from them. But I think for what they delivered, I think it's fantastic. I think it's not without its issues, but definitely one of the top shows out there, especially if you're talking about pure animation quality. Oh my gosh, that show is just bananas. I've never seen more consistent animation on a TV show, especially an American show. Now, if we're talking about anime, that's different. It's a whole different system, I think, but it's just incredible. So that's my thoughts on it. Neil says, "I'm excited for Shadow Boxers. Much appreciated, bro." Let's see. Squishy says a webcomic would be cool. Building a team. Yeah, well, Shadowboxers is a big world, man. So I don't know if I can do it all by myself. I'll do the best I can, but we'll see. My kids couldn't get through Korra. Yeah, it's divisive. It's definitely a different show. It's for a different audience. And it's not without its flaws. I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't have flaws. Avatar is much more beloved and much more consistent, but I will still like it. Excuse me, I need water because again, it's 95 degrees in my house right now. Okay, let's see. Crosby says, "Oh no, the movie." Erica says, hello, Erica. Thank you for joining. Oh yeah, we have a video talking about Korra on ArtProf. Naeem says Shadow Boxers must be animated. It must be. That's right. However, this is, let me get to the rest of these comments and I'll come back to this. Odie, still need to watch Avatar. Bro, what is wrong with you? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not going to make fun of you today because it's too hot and I'm going to be real snarky, but bro, gotta get on it. Agree that Korra isn't as strong as Avatar, but I still loved it. Thank you, Neil. That's all people need. It's not as strong, but you could still love it, right? It doesn't have to be one's better, it's just a different story. I loved Varric, and I have a huge crush on Kuvira. Varric was definitely one of my favorite characters. I loved him a lot. I think he was based off like Howard Hughes, and he had some Sokka kind of energy to him. Now, about the Shadow Boxers being animated, I totally agree with you. I want it to be animated. That's actually my first choice. The thing that concerns me is what happens the reason why people go through networks, right? For those, maybe some of you don't know how this industry works, right? But let's say I were to pitch it to a network, and they wanted to pick it up. When a company purchases a project from you, you do not own it anymore, despite the fact that you are the creator. So that means because they're putting money behind it, they can do whatever they want. So that means they could change key aspects of the story. That means they could, if you're really not cooperative, they could fire you from the show, like what happened to Aaron McGruder from the Boondocks. Obviously, they're not going to do that all the time or even often because they want the creator's vision. That's what they picked it up for. But they have been known to fire creators before, or major aspects of the show or project have been changed. Kubo and the Two Strings, of the guy who did that, has a very similar story. It's not a movie. I'm sorry, it's not a show. It's a movie, but it's the same thing. Essentially, he dealt with a lot of those issues. And when these companies own it, they own your project. And if they change things that you don't like, you can't really do anything about it. So for me personally, despite the fact that, I don't have millions of dollars to make this a show necessarily, at least not right now, I feel very close to this project, and I don't want a major company or corporation meddling with it too much. So that's why I'm thinking about the webcomic, because at least that way I could tell the story that I want to tell, and I will have control over it. Much more so than if someone else were to basically fund it and buy it, you know? Um, and if it gets in the hands of someone who really likes it and says we want to make a show based off of it, then hey, there's that too. But there's some complications that come from trying to build a show. So hopefully you all understand. Um, I can't wait to see Shadowboxers move. Yeah, that's going to be real fun. I actually need to make some animation tests. I think that would be cool. One issue I have with Legend of Korra, and this is just my opinion, of course, but it felt like the setting was a bit too modernized for the amount of time that had passed since the events of Avatar. Well, you know, there's actually a couple of videos on this on YouTube, but I think it's Hello Future Me. Tim Hedrickson, I think is his name. He has a whole video talking about the time difference and how it actually makes more sense than we realize, because Korra was based off of 1920s, and so that and Korra takes place 70 years later. So that would basically put Avatar in 1850 era. You know, and they have steam power and stuff, especially with the Fire Nation. So they're getting there. They do have some big jumps, but I think that one actually makes a little bit more sense when you look at it from a certain perspective. Okay, so I was talking so much I didn't even realize what I was drawing. That's funny. Okay, let's add our goggles to this one. Just make a new layer. Yeah, I wanted to give her like these stylish goggles that I honestly kind of based them off of Aaliyah, the singer. She always had these really nice sunglasses on, and you know, Atana and Aaliyah are about the same age, roughly. Atana is supposed to be 16 years old, so I just thought that that would work pretty well. Let's see. Yeah, but I'm curious, do you guys have any projects that you're working on, storytelling wise? Have you guys just ever thought about creating a comic or a show or anything? Because for me, I had to learn all this stuff myself. When I said I wanted to create a show, I'd never really taken writing seriously, and I had to teach myself a lot of stuff. Now, obviously, I did have some great feedback from people who knew more about it than I did. I have some writers in my life who gave me some great insight. But for the most part, I had to teach myself a lot of this stuff, and how to build a world as big as the one I want to make it is really, really crazy. I guess thinking about it now makes more sense too, since they have special abilities that make a lot of things so much easier to build. Yeah, I mean that's a a lot of thought went into that show. Just trust me, like the way they did the world building, it wouldn't make sense for them to just kind of haphazardly create that stuff. Hart says, "Cool, I love Aaliyah. I remember her teaser cartoon. I didn't know she had a cartoon. She had a cartoon, really? Oh, okay, cool. My project is to build my art prof empire. I could totally see that, Clara. I could see that for you, art prof empire. Um, okay, I think I did enough of these quick sketches here. So unfortunately, I did these two before the stream. I did this one before the stream, and I was working on this one as I started. And then this third one, you guys all just saw. But what I really wanted to do, I wanted to do one of these action poses right here. So one of the things about her abilities, she has these very tight, like 90-degree movements. So everything is kind of sharp, you know, and it's very hard to do that and create an action-packed pose. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't want to change the move set or anything, but I do have to find a way to make it work. I also have these sketches here, really loose sketches of what in the world? Yeah, some really loose sketches of what her poses look like. So start off like this, draw basically without the clothing on, just so I know what the body's doing. And then I'll do these sketches of what the clothing looks like on top. And then I can go in and tighten this up even more. Like this one, I think is actually going to be a really cool one when it's all said and done. I actually really like this pose. This one could really be cool. I think I want to angle it a little bit more so it's more dramatic. But yeah, this one I think is also going to be Interesting. I might have to change those legs though, because she might be kind of crossing her legs in a way where she's gonna like fall over. So yeah, yeah. Um, what in the world is that? Okay, I don't know what that was. So I think I'm gonna do this pose right here, just because it's mostly drawn out, and this one on the left here. Where is the drawing? Ah, here we go. So I have this clean sketch. Let's see what so I have a sketch of what this looks like. Oh man. So I drew this on my iPad originally. I don't know where the initial sketch of this is. I'm sorry, I can't show you how I built it. But you see, you see how I draw my other stuff. So hopefully this will suffice. And then what I'll do here, I'm gonna add her drawing, or not her drawing, her design like this. So I have a constant point of reference for her. I think it's really important, especially if you don't have your design memorized, to have your drawing of the design right next to the character so that you can use it as reference, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the opacity on this main drawing. I'm going to get my trusty pencil out, my sick pencil brush, and then we're just going to test stuff out. So let's see. Okay, gotta get the right size here. I don't know if this is going to be the right brush for this. I'm still testing things out. I might switch it to another one. I call this my Procreate brush because I tried to mimic a brush that I got in Procreate, and I used it for a lot of my other stuff. So, yeah. So, what other things you guys up to in life? How is everything? Is anyone dealing with a heat stroke or heat wave like me? Because it is so ridiculously hot. I'm sweating right now, and I have a fan going on the ceiling and one literally right beneath me. It is just so brutal. Yeah, I don't particularly enjoy it. Like, it doesn't make sense. I was driving home yesterday. My thermostat in the car said it was 109 degrees. Just like, why? Why is that necessary? I don't get it. I don't get it. And by the way, guys, sorry I don't have music playing today. I really tried to get my OBS set up together, but every time I try to plug everything in, it just died on me. Like it wasn't willing to accept the fact that I needed to run through OBS. So I don't know what the deal was, but yeah. Because last time we had some tunes and it was a nice chill vibe, you know? I like chill vibes. And I also like working with music, so it kind of calms me down. All right, so let's see. We have this. One thing that I think is really important when you're drawing is to try and draw things in one smooth line if possible. Now, it's challenging, to do that. But I think if you can work on getting a confident line, it's really, really useful, so there. And then also drawing through your shapes. So I'm not going to actually see this portion of the chest here, but because the arm is blocking it. So, but I know that it's going to help me as I'm trying to figure out this anatomy right here. So let's see what happens. Crosby says, I'm a proud Art Prof loyalist. That's cool. Odie says, weather on the East Coast is pretty mild, nothing compared to LA. Oh, good for you, man. I'm jealous. Up here in Alaska, we're already going into fall. Our summer never really got above 65. Oh my goodness. I guess I shouldn't complain, huh? We had some rain come through, so it's cooler where I am, but it's still in the 80s. But it's a nice relief from the hundreds. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I don't know where you are, Squishy. I'm not asking you to reveal where you are. Please don't do that. But it's definitely rough out here in these streets. Yeah. And if I didn't have work to do, I would not even be here. My friend invited me to go to the pool, but he lives really far, like 45 minutes away. And I'm like, if I didn't have to prepare for classes and do freelance and projects and stuff, I would totally be there. But I'm gonna see if I can sneak it tomorrow. We'll see. All right. So let's get this right here. Now, one thing about this drawing, I don't actually know where it's going to end up or if it will end up anywhere. You know, like if it turns out really cool, it could be a really nice piece of not fan art. What am I thinking of? Oh my gosh. Uh, like commercial art, I guess would be the word for it. So like as a way of advertising it, or this could be a part of a poster, maybe, which is what it was originally for. Now that I think about it, this was originally for a poster for Shadowboxers that I never completed. It's on my iPad, so I think my files are going to be all confused because I have this in one location and all these unfinished files in another. Promo art, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Kathy. Squishy C, yes, promotional art. That's exactly what it was. I think I'm going delirious right now, guys. I think the weather has me all over the place. Okay, so one thing real quick I just noticed that I'm going to adjust, talking about consistency in drawing. So notice how I drew the tip of this right here on the shoulder and this one right here. One is clearly going to stab you, right? And the other was a little bit more round. Naturally, I believe the one that's more round is going to be more comfortable. So as I'm doing this, I have to think about that and adjust when necessary. So thankfully, it's a quick fix. You know, all I have to do is just curve it a little bit. But those are the kind of things that that I think about as I'm working. Let's see. I think it's also kind of tough when you're trying to do like really clean line art. That's always really challenging. That's why I have this pretty clean sketch to start with. Oh my gosh. I don't like complaining, but oh my goodness, like this is difficult. And the water's all warm now. When I put it in the bottle, it was ice cold. Now it's now it's like almost not shower heat, but it's definitely warm. I guess it's better to not drink ice cold water anyway, but still. All right. And drawing through here. Oh, okay. I don't like how I did that leg. The reason I don't like the leg is because it's going in too much. It's kind of being pushed in like that, and the legs aren't designed that way. So I could redraw the line, or I could use the warp tool. And I can do the warp tool actually. It might be faster because I don't think I made a bad line, but just wanted to be accurate with the anatomy, you know. Okay. There we go. And okay. Sometimes I like going past that line and just erasing it. I think that's helpful. There's more freedom in that line, I notice, typically. All right. And then looking at the drawing for reference here. Pandu Puffkin says, "Hey Jordan, line's looking clean as always." Elbow cough. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, I gotta be honest. Sometimes I think my line work is kind of boring because it's all very very much the same line weight, and I think it's because I like animation so much, and usually in animation you need all your lines to be consistent, and just very kind of mono line ish and very little variation. But because I do that, sometimes it ends up, making the drawings a little more flat. So now that I say that, I think I'm gonna go back in here and actually thicken up some of these lines in areas that make sense. So let's thicken up like her chin a little bit. Yeah, already that, just adding some depth there. It doesn't have to be totally overt, but yeah, I think everyone likes a little bit of variety. I'm jealous of Jordan's lines. Oh man, if you saw all the work that went into drawing the lines the way that I draw them now, oh my goodness, lots and lots and lots of hours. I have whole stacks. You can't actually. This right here is this little cubby. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of figure drawings on here, or in there, and that's where I learned how to draw or do the lines the way that I do. But I still think that I can improve a lot more. I'm actually really falling in love with the line work of John Lamb and Hicham Habchi. Yeah, I'll show you guys if it wants to work. Let's see. Yeah, this is John Lamb. Oh, darn it. Where'd it go? He likes drawing superheroes too. But there's just something about his lines that feel so loose, and yet they're so crisp at the same time. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but his stuff is amazing to me. Big fan of his. And then Hicham Habchi. This one is like insane level to me because his lines are a little too loose for me to even understand. Let's see if it loads properly. Come on, Google. You can do it. I almost debated whether or not I should even live stream today because they're trying to conserve power in LA because of the heat. And there were a couple times when my internet went down on me today. And I was like, I hope I can stream. But I'm glad I did because I get to enjoy my time with you all. Let's see. I can find an example. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see this really well, but all the loose lines that he's creating here, they've just done a one quick swipe of the line, and I don't understand how he does that so well. It's not uptight. That's the thing I'm trying to learn. I think sometimes my lines are a little uptight, and so yeah, hopefully in the next year as I'm building my Shadowboxer stuff, I can start getting a little looser and be even more proud of my line art and just level up. Let's see. I don't know if you recognize the profile pic, but it's Robin from Art Pro. Okay, I thought it was you, Robin, but I didn't want to say anything because if I got it wrong, I would have been embarrassed. So I'm glad you announced that. I did think it was you. So hello, Robin. Thank you for joining the stream. And we got people saying hello, hello. Let's see. Where we at? Okay. Let's just work on her hand real quick. What I've realized when it comes to drawing hands, especially in this kind of animated style, is that less is more. When you're drawing hands realistically, it's very easy to worry about all the digits, all the wrinkles, especially on the palm side of the hand, and really when it comes to this style, it doesn't really need all that much. All you need is just to know where things are folding, where things are bending, and you pretty much got it from there. Also, having this clean sketch helps me. I think my hand might be too tall. Let me see. Yeah, I think I made it too tall. So let's bring it down a bit. Yeah, there we go. I gotta look at my own hand to see if it matches. Okay, this thumb is not working for me right now. Let's try this again. You're seeing this is exactly how I work, guys. If I don't take a camera and and get a picture of it, then I'll actually pose my own hand. And thankfully, it's the right hand, so I can do this much easier. Because my left hand, I would have to take a picture of it because I'm left-handed. Let's see. Okay, now that thumb is way too small. Hey. I'm not convinced that that's correct yet, but I'm going to leave it for now and come back to it. Hands are still difficult to draw even when you're simplifying them sometimes. All right, then let's get the cylinder shape around the forearm. And I think I might even warp this a little bit just to create that curve. There we go. Let's see what the comments are saying. I still can't believe it's 93 indoors and you're just chilling. I'll be dying and laying in a tub of ice. OMG. You know, I do feel like doing that. I'm not gonna lie. And based on the way my computer's feeling right now, he doesn't like me very much. He's a little too warm. I'm such a grouch when it's hot outside. No, Claire, I think you're misunderstanding. It's hot inside too. I don't have AC. We don't have AC in the house. So I got a bunch of fans, and last I checked before I started the stream, it was about 93, 94 in the house. Well, yeah, it's not fun. I don't recommend it. I turn into a lethargic, miserable slug. Wait, not seeing the hand part you're working on screen. Is Jordan's screen frozen for anyone else? Yes, for a few minutes. Wait, oh, it was frozen? I'm sorry. Awkward. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it fixed now? Uh-oh. My actual video is fine. Okay. But it's the drawing that you can't see. Okay. And you guys can hear me, I assume? Okay. Hearing is fine. I'm doing okay, but it's the drawing. Well, that sucks. That's the whole point of the stream. Well. Oh, well. Hopefully it'll catch back. I really think it has to do with the heat because, yeah, not... oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Everything's just miserable right now, weather-wise. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm actually sweating right now. I feel like I'm in the fourth quarter of a game. Oh, it's working again. Okay, I can hear you. Works for me. Okay, good. Yeah, I understand now why computer labs are always freezing cold. That always bothered me as a kid. I always had to take 3 jackets in there because I get cold very easily. And as much as I'm not a fan of this weather right now, I would much rather deal with the heat than the cold. Gotta go, have to feed people. Awesome stream, Jordan. Thank you for popping in, Claire. Appreciate you. Everyone who is not subscribed to Art Prof, please subscribe to Art Prof. The channel's right there. Just create a new tab or wait till the stream is done and go subscribe. I'm sure most of you are already because I know some of y'all, but just in case, I gotta do my due diligence. All right, so let's keep working with this drawing. So drawing the boots here. Boots are a lot more simple than they might seem. They're really just, this foot shape, and then I created this this triangle pattern because, like I said before, she's kind of based off of ancient Egyptian motif and aesthetic. And one thing I've always seen is Egyptians with sandals, and so I thought this would be a cool way to repeat these triangles. Let me start over. I thought these triangles would be a cool way to repeat that motif and also make her stand out with her overall design. Um, I've had some ladies come up to me or tell me that they would totally rock her outfit though. I feel like that's actually something I'm pretty proud of, is that people have told me I would totally walk around looking like Atana if these clothes existed. And maybe one day we'll have a Shadowboxers fashion line. You know, who knows? That'd be crazy. That'd be so cool. I totally want Javen's hoodie, and I designed it. Let's see, putting a little thickness on the boots here, just because we don't want that to go completely flush with her skin. That would just be weird. And to be honest with you guys, I actually haven't drawn this character in a while. It's probably been a couple months that I've really taken the time to draw her out. So this is actually helping me to recognize just how long it takes me to draw her, which makes me want to simplify a couple things. But I like her design so much, maybe it's just worth it, you know. Let's see. Okay, so that's done. That shoe's done. All right, let's get the second one. This is actually pretty simple. So it's really just this kind of big cylindrical band right here, and you have this vertical, these two vertical lines, and then it connects with this sort of half circle shape. Erase that. Okay, I'm literally just copying the design I did. That's all I'm doing. And then let's draw this foot shape here. I kind of picture as having pointy toe boots, you know. I always liked the boots that Trinity had in the Matrix. I thought those were really cool. So I basically gave this character something similar, except there's no heels on it. Let's see. This foot looks out of shape, so let's warp it just a little bit. Okay. Create this shape here. Is basically just the separation of the sole from the bottom portion of the shoe. I don't know what that. I guess the sole would be the bottom portion, but I feel like there's a more technical name for it. Let's see. Gee, yeah, I'd love a coat like hers. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Let's see. All right, and then okay. So that's why I almost forgot what the shoe design looked like. That's why it's important to have that design right next to it. Actually, if you look at animators, what they'll do is they'll have a board, like a push pin board or something, like right above their desk, and they have all the designs there. So if they're working on like 7 characters, they'll have all of their designs. And obviously, it's going to be hard for you guys to see that if I did have one of those, and it just makes it easier for me to just zoom out this way. So yeah, let's see. Get these little triangle shapes here. If I wanted to be lazy, I would just copy that and placed it right below, but it's really not that serious. All right. I don't know why it bounced all the way around. Like I finished her arm and half her arm here and a portion of her face, and I moved down to the legs, and I'm all over the place here. All right. So what I'm going to do for her coat, I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm just going to do a different color for now, just to make it easier for me to see. And then I'm going to go in and draw through that leg shape and really try and define it. Let's do that one more time. Try and do it in one smooth line. There we go. In worst case scenario, I can always warp it. By the way, guys, I forgot to mention I hit a mini milestone today, and I got 600 subscribers on this channel. So for those of you who've been sharing my content, those of you who liked all the videos and commented on my Instagram posts and stuff like that, I appreciate all of you. 600 is actually a lot considering how few videos I have. So I am super thankful for you all. And I remember when I first announced the channel about a year ago, 225 of you all subscribed to my channel on one day, and I really appreciate that kind of support. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. So thank you for making my little channel what it is. You know, it's a modest group right now, but we're growing. We're growing every day. And I want to do even more streams like this. I'm gonna see, but I think I want to start doing. I think I want to keep this time for doing live streams Sunday evenings, unless I have a specific event or something. But Sunday evening seems to be a good time for me. And then, if possible, I might also do Wednesday evenings. Now, I did a poll the other day on how often I should stream. Most of you guys said once a week. I might totally ignore that. I'm just being honest with you and just do twice a week because it helps, one, get the channel going, and two, I like drawing and I do it most of the time anyway. So I figure as long as I'm not doing something that's under NDA, then I might as well just live stream it, you know? So yeah, so that's where we're at right now with the channel. And it also helps me because recording videos can take a while. Not the recording process, but the editing process. That takes me some time. Actually, one time, the last video I was trying to record, I never published it, but I was trying to record a video, and I was waiting for my next assignment at work. So I was technically off the clock, but I was, waiting for a call. In the middle of my recording, they were like, "Okay, we gotta get this done right now." And I was like, "Dang, damn it!" So I had to stop the recording, and I never went back to the video. It's been like a month and a half, and it was gonna be a good one too. But I think I'm probably gonna have to re-record it all because the differences in the shots are going to be a little, mostly my haircut is probably going to be a little too different for you guys. So yeah, it's a shame, but that's just the name of the game right there. All right, so I think that's good right there. And instead of merging, I'm just going to create a not clipping mask, a regular mask. And I'm going to just remove these lines here. If you hear little footsteps nearby, that was the puppy outside. So I don't know if you all heard that. He's jumping around. I'm actually surprised he has this much energy considering how hot it is in the house. Let's see, I guess that was it for this part. Yeah, okay. And this portion can go. Yeah, there we go. Where's the button? There's supposed to be a button here. It's supposed to be my hue slider. I don't know where it is. That's so lame. Oh, no one. Okay, I was selecting the wrong thing. That was my bad. That was me being oblivious. Everyone's saying congrats. Thank you. Got to go to bed because I have work tonight. I remember last time you had work, so have a good night. Thank you for catching the live stream, even if it was just for an hour. Appreciate you. Ann Gardner, my favorite artist. Hey, man, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. I did some work for Ann's book over here, so yeah, happy to thinking my computer doing some weirdness, it muted me. So it should be fine now. Sorry about that. Everything just kind of buggy because the heat and the computer is just not doing too well. So I'll probably, once I finish this drawing, we'll probably end the stream. That might be like 20 minutes or so, because clearly my computer is pissed off. so, uh, so yeah. Oh man, I can't even select Photoshop right now. Yeah, it's not even selecting this for me. Oh no. It's good now. There it goes. Okay. But now I keep not letting me draw. Oh, this is so strange. This is so awkward. Let me try. Yeah, I'm gonna try putting on another fan. Probably should have been on in the first place, but I think my computer's just overheating right now. It's in a corner, and again, no AC, and it's been on for most of the day. So let's see. If this thing doesn't work in the next minute or two, then we'll just end the stream a little early. I wanted to go for like an hour and a half today, but if it doesn't want to cooperate, there's not a whole lot I can do because it's not letting me select my layers or anything. But in the meantime, does anyone have any questions about my process or any questions or any ideas about what kind of live streams you want to see from me outside of the Shadowboxer streams? I'll totally continue doing that. But I'm curious if there's something specific that you guys are interested in, maybe characters or environments or something. Matter of fact, where's my iPad? I can show you guys something I'm working on. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm just opening up Procreate, show you what I was working on before my stream, especially since it's giving me problems right now. How do I do this? Yeah, so don't mind my messy room, but I was trying to do this environment piece. There's the camera. Yeah, so it's going to be like these ancient ruins. Odino, if you're still on here, this is for you guys. So yeah, all the blue stuff is the sketch, and the red is the sketch layer and everything. So yeah, that's what I was working on earlier today. Let's see. Neil says, we'll love to see you do some environments. You know, the thing with environments is they take a long time in the beginning because I'm trying to get the perspective right. So if I do environments, what I'll probably do is I will have it so that a portion of it is done beforehand. Excuse me. Sorry about that. A portion of it is going to be done beforehand, and then I can transition to doing just like the line art and talk about it because the perspective and all that comes in with it comes in there, and I can also create some actual videos on it, you know, so some edited videos. So yeah, Odie says, yeah, looking good. All right, man, now I gotta bust out like 7 more of those because I told you I don't have a ton of environments in my portfolio, but I'm trying it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the best I can for you guys. All right, let's see if Photoshop wants to cooperate now. Oh, okay, guys. I don't know. I can't even save this thing right now. It's not selecting Photoshop for me at all. Okay, I think we might have to call it here. Not because I don't want to draw, but simply because my computer doesn't want me to draw. So I'm put the pencil down. Glove is on the desk, you know. But anyway, guys, I appreciate all of you for watching the stream. I know it's a small crew, but we're gonna get it to grow to be something really massive, and I'm super excited to share more Shadowboxer stuff with you. One of these days, I'm gonna make a whole video on just what is Shadowboxers and just go through all the stuff that I am willing to share at this stage, and you guys will be able to see more of my vision for it. But everyone, if you're in LA or in California, please stay cool. It's miserable out in these streets. Everyone else, I hope you have a good rest of your evening or morning for those of you around the world. And yeah, take care. Peace.